All right, we want to welcome everybody to the administrative meeting today. We have a very short agenda, so don't blink or you may miss the meeting, but we appreciate everybody being here. This is July 4th week, so we have several people out on vacation, so my condolences to everybody who's here that's actually working today, but I appreciate people stepping up and filling in. So we have we have two items under awards and presentations, but before I get to that, I do want to make a couple announcements, and I'll talk about some of these again on Monday. The back to school sales tax holiday is July 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of this year. So anyway, if you're looking to save some sales tax money and get some back to school supplies, that's the time that you'll need to shop. So July 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Also, the Poplar Head Farmers Market is going to be held again this Saturday. I will be there with Jules Singley, and I think it's kind of a watermelon festival or something is what they're doing. So should be a pretty fun time. I know I had some watermelon at the 4th of July celebration at the Peanut Festival Fairgrounds last week or this week, and it was pretty good. So anyway, so come out and support the local farmers that are growing the watermelons and other things this Saturday. And finally, I did want to say something about the courthouse parking. So just an FYI, we don't have a lot of parking places behind the courthouse. In fact, if everybody shows up to work, we are about 2 or 3 parking places short. Not everybody shows up to work every day. So we've kind of been able to make it work historically, but it is beginning to become an issue. So it's always been an issue. It's beginning to become a bigger issue. So the plan is next Wednesday, we're going to place some signs up behind the courthouse parking lot that will warn people that if they park there, they may be towed. So then that will be in effect from 7:30 to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. So that way our employees at the courthouse will have plenty of parking. So just a heads up on that. Any other comments or announcements you want to make today before we get started?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Under awards and presentations, we have 2 items, as I mentioned earlier. The first item is a personnel department update. Ms. Sherry Gardner will be presenting that to us. As you all know, that she's the personnel department's been very busy trying to recruit employees. A lot of good things going on. So she's just going to give us a quick update on Monday. Any objection to that being on the agenda?
No objection. No objection.
Okay. Item number 2 is a presentation regarding Wiregrass Honor Flight. Mr. Travis Parker will be here to present that. Any objection for that being on the agenda?
No objection.
Okay. And the only regular item on the agenda is a request to appoint representative for the 2023-2024 ACCA Legislative Committee. I have served on this committee for 3 or 4 years. I would like to continue to serve on this committee for at least 1 more year. We have some things we're going to be working on. I think that would be very beneficial if we could get that pulled off, namely the situation with our incarcerated youth costing us a lot of money. We really need to make headway on that. And I feel like this year is going to be the year that we need to do that. But unless anybody else wants that job, and then maybe after this year
We'll let you continue to serve another year.
Well, that'll be up to y'all, but I think I'll be willing to give it up after this year.
Yeah.
Anyway. So any objection to that item or any discussion on that item or any objection to that item going on the
No objection.
No objection. Okay. All right. We do have 2 privileges of the floor request. So the first is Ms. Priscilla Andrews, and she is going to be talking to us about election integrity, explosives law, is that correct? And disturbing the peace. So Ms. Priscilla, always it is a pleasure to have you at our commission meeting. It is on now, and you will have 5 minutes. Floor is yours.
Election integrity, I've had people to ask me what all came of that, where I believe, Benefield, Judge Benefield signed off on it, and, Patrick Davenport in the Webb area. I haven't heard anything. They haven't heard anything, so, if you could, tell us something about what's going on with
About
that.
the audit that they do?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that audit every year, and I've not heard anything, so I'm assuming that there's nothing to be
Okay, all right.
discussed.
Well, I've had people ask me, and I don't have a clue.
Gotcha.
But now fireworks, it's been really, really bad. It started, we had some last night. As a matter of fact, we have the explosives law in the state of Alabama is 5 grains or more is illegal. And they've been doing it in Houston County. My neighbors have. Night before last was really, really bad. The Mexicans that live next door to us were shooting guns. Pow, pow, pow. And when they turned loose the firecrackers, it was going pow, 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 pow. You know how firecrackers go. I don't think you can shoot a gun like that unless you got a different type of gun. I don't think it was rifle. I don't think it was a shotgun because I've hunted all my life. I got my first gun when I was in the 4th grade, a Remington 12-gauge automatic shotgun. I don't think it was either one. It might have been a hand gun of some sort, but I'm not sure. Woke up the next morning. They were shooting these rockets like out at Fort Rooker. We had them on top of our house. We had them on top of my car. My white car, it's not that old. I had ashes about that size on top of my car. We've still got one on top of our storage building, one of the rockets. We had several on top of our house, in our yard. That's endangerment. That's also disturbing the peace. I can bring in numerous laws that I've looked up. And if they want to have a good time, Fort Rooker has a great fireworks display that they put on, and it's controlled. Of course, it's Camp Fort Novasil, but it will always be Rooker to me, Fort Rooker. They've got them in Headland, the city. They've got here in Dothan, down at the Peanut Festival, Rehoboth, Taylor, down in Geneva. There's numerous places they can go. And I have put this online before. If you want to do this, take your money and go buy food for humans and donate it rather than doing this. Take your car, drive to these places that are having them. You can look it up. It's super easy to look up and go to those and save money. And if you don't want to buy food for humans, go buy a bag of dog food or cat food and donate it, because they put a lot of money into that. But nothing against. I don't know how many calls they got. I know we called quite a few times to the Dothan PD because we're surrounded. We're our house. The city comes right here, stops about 60 feet from our house. We're in the county. The next house is where the Mexicans were, is Dothan PD. The next house is in the county. And it was everywhere. It's an endangerment. I know fire department went up. I don't know if they put a house that had caught on fire right up above us.
Yeah, 1 minute left.
Okay. So I'm just bringing all this in. Something has got to be done. You got people that are sick. Our yard was full. You could smell gunpowder in our yard. If you've got asthma, you've got any illness, you got a neuromuscular illness, which I have, it really plays on you. And it's an endangerment to people's health. And if you go by the law, and I'm talking about the Houston County deputies too, some of these people need to be arrested because it's breaking the explosives law in the state of Alabama. It's going against disturbing the peace, which is a law in the state of Alabama. That's rule. And you can tell Don Valenza, I said that. I was told by one of the deputy dispatchers, well, they just rode through there. They either had to be blind and deaf, or they just didn't care, or they didn't have enough manpower, or they were scared. I don't know what the problem is, but we've got a problem when it comes to this. We've got a bad problem, and it needs to be taken care of. You got people with post-traumatic stress disorder. Sooner or later, hear my word, somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get shot or killed because of this. I feel it coming. It was so incredibly bad everywhere.
All right, we appreciate your comments. Your time's expired. Thank you so much. Mr. Barry Moore, I'm sorry. Barry Ford, sorry. Barry Ford is here to talk to us about fireworks. Mr. Barry Ford, you have 5 minutes. Thank you.
These are casings, by the way, casings that fell on our house, on our roof, on our vehicles, our yard. By the way, when you shoot a gun in the air, the bullet's going to come down. These come down too. You want this to hit somebody in the eye. And every year we go to Fort Rucker, Fort Noblesville, and we watch fireworks, or we go to the Peanut Festival. And we enjoy seeing fireworks in controlled environments. But when it comes to the general public, it's our understanding that the state of Alabama limits the sale and use of fireworks to 5 grains or less. Just these here, and there's been a lot larger ones that we found, that have fallen on our property and our vehicles. These are over 21 grains. So we know for a fact that fireworks are being sold and used that are outside of state law. And we're simply asking that the county enforce the law when it comes to fireworks. Every year you hear about animals that escaped out of their enclosures, dogs climbing fences to escape, and some of them do. We've heard of animals that have actually died from trauma, I guess perhaps a heart attack, because of the mayhem that's unleashed starting in June and going well past July the 4th, which has nothing to do with July the 4th. All we're asking is that the county enforce the law. There should be no fireworks sold in Houston County that violate state law, or no fireworks should be used in the county that violate state law. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Barry.
Here's ashes too.
Are there any other items for consideration on Monday's agenda? All right, not hearing any, we will stand in adjournment. Thank you all for being here.